Banner.
White people are no different than snakes. When I say they're like snakes, what I mean is this. What you have to do, Dr. Joyce DeGruy, I paid her for her to teach me. I paid her so I could go be tutored by her. And she taught me something. She said, you must study your enemies like a book. They come from cold climates. You wonder why they always want people to be on time and they think that we're lazy because when we go to the islands, we be like, what do they say in the islands? No what? No worries. You want to know why? Because food is on the ground. The sun is out all year. White people have 3 months in Europe to plant, harvest, and eat for the year or you gonna die. Y'all know from being in cold climates, if you don't get your money up this motherfucker, you gonna die. They are the same way. So the thing is, when we think that it's truly about right or wrong, for white people, it is literally about genetic annihilation. Even if you don't have knowledge of self and keep fucking, they will die. They are not playing with you. So when I say they're like snakes, we wonder why they act the way that they do, but they're always fucking predictable. Even the good, so-called good white people, check this out. They know that shit that they don't do, that they do to black people are not right, but it benefits their children. If their children are able to get the fucking movie first, get the job first, well, I don't like what they're doing to those African Americans' butts. Because think, if you do something to a motherfucking dog, ask Mike Vick what's gonna happen to your black ass. Feel me? So what I am saying, the answer to every one of these questions is you loving yourself. You doing for your fucking self. For these black churches that are in our neighborhoods that are sucking our communities dry, why can't you give subsidized loans? Why can't you let people stay in there and work? One of my homeboys, pretty kids, say, why don't in these super churches, these mega churches, say, who do hair in this motherfucker? Everybody that do hair, come together. Y'all come on down here. We're going to give y'all a loan, and all we want is the same thing that God asked for, is 10%. Everybody in the church, fuck, just like the Jewish people do, everybody get their hair done from these people, right? Who motherfucking cut hair in this bitch? Who do lawns in this bitch? Who rap in this motherfucker? And just in your community, do that. Look at David Banner, just heal that shit with Pretty Kid. What the fuck else you want to know? So now what we gonna talk about? Let's talk about some real shit. I got that done. Katie, was that good enough? Booyah! Let's have some motherfucking fun. Dirtbag Corey in this bitch. Sally loves buns. Now, but for real, let's have some real talk now. I mean, if y'all want to continue to talk about that shit, I'm tired of talking about that shit. I've been talking about that shit for 10 years. Until y'all are willing to do it, it don't matter. So what y'all want to talk about? Ohio, we in this motherfucker. Let's go. Who in here don't have a boyfriend? Come here, baby. I was actually talking about you, but come on, mama. Shit. Sometimes you gotta take care of yourself, don't you? You know, sometimes when you don't watch that motherfucker be crusty at the end. Peace, Queen. How are you? She said, hey, y'all, she said she's so fine. I said, I didn't ask you how you look. I asked you how you felt. No, but seriously, listen. Listen, seriously, y'all, all bullshit aside. Put that right there. Listen, I want y'all to listen to me. This is some real shit. Listen, watch this. My Russian naturopathic healer taught me this. She showed me that there's no difference between good or bad. She said, David Banner, you need to be a little bit more selfish. And I said, huh? And she explained this to me. She said, there's no difference between selflessness and selfish. And I'll tell you. She said, if you had one piece of bread, right? and you had everybody in this room, and you broke it up for everybody in this room, you would be left with nothing. And low key, regardless of what the fuck you said, you'd be a little bitter. You ain't got shit. Now you hungry and you gave to everybody. And you know how we do. We don't give to the people that give to us. We give from the people that give, and then we go to the motherfuckers who treat us like white people treat us. We're not talking about that right now. She said, but if you are selfish for a moment and create a bread company, you can give with the grace of God. So watch this. Stan, what's the name? Let's say that I am the truth incarnate, right? You are standing this close to the truth, right? Watch this. You are the same distance from the truth, but now infinitely far away. It's no different than a hater and a fan. Have you ever noticed, if you fucking hate me, why you on my fucking page?
Period. No. Get off my life.
If you fucking hate me, why do you know every word to my mouth? I don't know all the words to my song. I'll be like, run, girl, I'm trying to get you.
Hey.
You know I don't know the words to my I don't know why y'all pay me so much money. Let me tell y'all, no bullshit. I work so hard and I do so much stuff. I usually do a song in the studio. After I do that, bitch, I'm on the road acting and all that. I usually don't hear that song again till y'all hear it. So y'all be like, perform, no motherfucker, like, run. Y'all remember when T Sweat broke his leg? That's all I do. I've been thinking. But what I'm saying is this.
Hey, what's this guy?
The haters know your shit better than the fans do.
Yeah, you go right.
Because what they really are they are fans that are misdirected. So that's all we have to do. Our children who are killing themselves, once they get knowledge of self, they will turn their love towards us and their guns towards their real enemy. All right, now come on, y'all. Let's let everybody else talk. Direct it to them, though.
My question is, nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. And Marcus Garvey in the 30s, with his UNIA, said, it's time to go back home, but we wasn't ready. Right? Some of us was, but our government was working against this organization. But I think it's time to go back home. Our sojourn in this wilderness has been interesting, it's been challenging, but it's time for us to go back to our roots. Let them have America. You stole it anyway. But the richness of Africa is the new frontier. It is the final frontier, besides space. And we should go back and claim what's rightfully ours. So this little percentage in that bottom of that slave ship that came over here, that didn't know if we was gonna get home, didn't never get back home, but we have changed the world. This little percentage right here in America, we set the pace for everybody. They emulate everything we do. So it's time for us, like LeBron. Maybe it's time to take our talents back home. What do you think, Dave?
This is what I think. And then I'm gonna pass it to Regina because she got a lot to say on this topic.
Really?
So listen. There were a group of slaves who went back to Africa, and I'm not gonna talk about the city that they formed, but they ended up taking the same mindset that white people had here and took it over there and implemented it on their people. This is what I think about that. Again, how can we go anywhere when we're not right here? How can we go anywhere and take the only thing that we will do is take the disease here and take it there. I think when it's time, because one of my friends said in actuality, because if you look at racism here and colonialism there, because I've spent time, it's equally as bad and in some cases worse. You know? So for me, I think we have an opportunity to cleanse our mind here. And one of my friends said, we may be the people that go and liberate Africa. Even when I found out, and most people don't know this, do you know Africa was a white dude? The last name of a white dude? Africa is not, that's a fucking white man's name within itself. So listen to me. This is what I believe. I believe let's practice here. And when we get it right, because what I also believe, because I used to be, let's go back to Africa till I went to Africa. For me, Atlanta is Africa. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I've been all over the world, and all my friends know this, with the exception of somewhere tropical, I have never been any place on this planet that made me, because like when most people go back to Africa, I went to Tanzania, they have an epiphany. When I went back to Africa, it showed me that I wasn't crazy. Like, damn, I am on to something. And the cool thing that I am realizing about the Most High is I believe that God, when most black people experience pain, we think that it's a curse. I say this all the time. If God is doing this to you, all God is saying is, baby, turn your fucking head. That's all pain is. And my Muslim friend taught me that white people will sit here to make us God again. Because I always wondered this. I always wondered, when you look at a lot of these pictures, and some people think that those people are slaves, a lot of those people are the Moors. The Moorish people, the Moorish women were the people that taught white folks how to take a fucking bath. Motherfucking London was the nastiest place on this fucking planet until the black Moorish woman, they actually thought it was witchcraft, right? So if you think about the higher sciences, even when a lot of people join some of these white organizations and they talk about the degrees that you have, you had 360 degrees and then you go to a white man to let him give you a fraction of what they taught you? What in the fuck? So like for me, I don't want to go and teach another man shit. Like that's what I found out about my people. How can I help the world if Salih broke? How can I help the world if Scott broke and they sitting around me every fucking day? I turn around and say, I'm gonna make my people stars. So like even today, I gotta pay them, right? Because y'all wanted the David Banner podcast, even though David Banner doing all the fucking talking because he's selfish as fuck. No, I'm not. I just really wanted to get this aspect out of the way because I think we just like talking. That shit's some bullshit. I started it. We make our own clothes. We own our own mics. We own everything now, but my office just flooded, but we moved into my house. But we sort of own it. Whatever. Anyway, the only thing that we don't have is cameras, and we're going to buy cameras next month. Like Scott trains all high-level martial arts, high-level guns. Salih specifies in pimping only because he wants to teach me, only because he wants me to teach me that art so we can break that art. You have to learn it before you can actually free your people. You have to engulf.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm just bullshit. I'm just bullshit.
He kind of bullshit.
When Nelly say, I'm just playing, let's go do it. and Regina literally runs our company. Corey, they are some of the top mixers and audio people in the world. I can't afford to pay them as much, but you all are helping me from being here. So that's what I say. Next question, let's have some fun. Let's lift it up a little bit. Because they want to answer some questions. Come on, y'all. Ask some questions.
I want to know where Tommy keeps coming from with the plate.
It ain't feeding nobody else.
Every time I look up, he has something different.
Yes, ma'am. Tell me your name. Stand up. Tell me your name. Where you from?
I'm Nikki J. I'm here from Cleveland, grew up on St. Clair, and I actually live in Youngstown.
Oh, okay.
So, but the shoe, because it sold out quicker than I can get it. Are you going to do another shoe collaboration?
Yeah, I got another one. It's coming out soon, so it's a totally different shoe, but it's another one coming out. But when they there, they gone. It's like you got to get it while they're there because it's gonna definitely sell out again.
So I'm gonna tell y'all how revolutionary we are in our own ways. Salih taught me that we are gonna have to teach our people. If y'all say that we are leaders, when I tell you to move, it's time to move. So Salih said, everybody always say limited edition. Like I used to collect Jordans. Now that motherfuckers come out every week. I remember spending $800 on a Jordan, and then you gonna do a Air Force One Jordan collabo that looked just like the shoe I spent $800. All you gotta do is put your cuff over your fucking shoe and it look like my $800 shoe. That's some bullshit, bitch. So if I tell you it's exclusive, he told me, he said, bro, like this jacket, I wanted to re-release this jacket so much because people like that motherfucker. Mm-hmm. He's like, no, sir. If our word is our bond and we telling our people that they got to keep their word, when we tell you that bitch, because people don't listen, we tell you for 3 fucking months, the jacket come, even if you don't have money, we gave you 3 months. Even if you save $3 a motherfucking day, you could have got that money. Hey, the jackets, Derek Grace is the best at that shit. He be telling y'all, motherfucker, post-Trump pat, get that motherfucker. Then he talk about your ass, you dumb motherfucker. That's why you're broke anyway, because you don't listen. I told you the post-Trump pack was coming in this bitch. Now you mad, and I told you that motherfucker was coming. Now I'm going to buy a Trump company, motherfucker. But
He does do that.
But seriously, though, he taught me that. So that's the reason why we do that, because we want, if you did support, you're going to be proud when you walk around this motherfucker and everybody don't have that bitch. Like, I'm honestly got to say, man, I am proud of everybody that works with me. I'm proud of y'all that support me. Because the truth is, the only reason why people fuck with me, because y'all fuck with me. And most people can't understand, y'all. This is one of the things, and I'm not a soft motherfucker. Like, but it almost brings tears to my eyes. Oh. Regina, her boyfriend, like, fought in the army, like, doing war. So, like, when she touched my leg, I'm like, fuck that shit. I don't want to die in this motherfucker. That motherfucking red beam be on my motherfucking head. Motherfucking army come through that bitch, crash through the window. Anyway, what was I talking about?
Nothing.
It hurts my feelings because even if y'all look at the God Box lecture series, I didn't go to big cities. We still haven't done it in
Atlanta.
We haven't done it in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta. We went to the small towns where people need knowledge of self. And the crazy thing, people think that folks in small towns don't want knowledge of self, but it's because y'all smart motherfuckers don't come back and teach.
Yep.
I say that all the time. If you look at the Black Exodus, the agreement between Black people was, okay, you go to the Midwest to the factories. Y'all go out west where the fucking cameras at. Y'all go to New York where the jobs at. You got two choices. You go up there and bring us to the promised land, or you come back and teach the people. They got government jobs and forgot to come back. Then niggas turn around and talk about, that's the reason why, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. That's why rap music is the way that it is. You didn't educate, then you start talking about your fucking big ass towns or your motherfucking boroughs, and you talk down on your people when you renting in the first fucking place, and then make us feel like shit, so then we created our own culture. You can call it dumb culture, you can call it whatever, but it's popping more than your motherfucking culture is, bitch, suffer. So now you have these kids, they hate intellect because the intellectual Black people turn their fucking backs. So it was my responsibility, if I'm so-called woke, I gotta get back on the road just like I did when I was telling y'all to get down on the motherfucking flow. I gotta be just as aggressive about giving my people knowledge of motherfucking self. So we went to every motherfucking small town, and were they not sold out, Lee? Every motherfucking time. People are waiting on you to come. People ain't waiting on Jesus, they waiting on your black ass. Come from heaven and show your people and teach your people. Next question.
Okay.
Regina, y'all ask Regina a question. She want to answer one.
Okay.
She is. She said, where your motherfucking check at? The same place it was when you was talking that shit on stage.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Go ahead, ask questions on this. Yes, love?
I had a question. I just want y'all.
You are so beautiful. You're so beautiful.
No. Okay.
Hey, I warn you. Have you ever heard my song play?
That's me and my sister live in Mississippi, so I was down there when you was popping.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
was
still
popping?
popping. Let's be clear.
That was a shot, bro.
You was popping.
Don't make me
Was?
take this motherfucking shirt off. No, go ahead,
I
baby.
can't.
Go ahead.
And I think I just want your perspective on spiritual warfare, because we're not in a political time. This is not about politics. It's about spiritual warfare and liberation, right? So I just want your perspective, because what we're looking at is not politics at all. And so I just wanted to hear what you thought.
Are you sure you want to hear what I think?
Absolutely.
Woo.
Want to hear your perspective.
I don't think it's spiritual warfare. I think we've been fucked up spiritually since we met white people. We don't know what spirituality is. My mentor, Anthony Broder, who wrote From the Broder Files, Salih asked me a question because I gave him the Broder Files book, and Salih always been said, if I don't understand it or that shit don't look right, I'm gonna ask you a question. So he asked me a question I couldn't answer, and I went and asked Anthony Broder, and he said something so powerful. He said, even the fact, and Frantz Fanon said in Black Skin, White Mask, he said something very similar. He said the English language is so young that it can't interpret African thought. Like African thought has duality that the English language can't even explain. Jesus was broken down 12 times in 12 different places, and the African people with Heru was the first. But black people don't even want to know about Heru. They don't want to know nothing about anything but Jesus. We don't even want to, the language which the Bible was written in, we even want to interpret it and learn the language for ourselves. We want it from people who have historically always lied to us. So what's happening is the same thing that I taught y'all about right or wrong. The only reason why it feels spiritual to you is because it's reacting in a way that you don't like. There is nothing new in this universe. Everything in this universe is finite. What we perceive as good or bad is whether it works out for us or not. See, the truth is, whether it's Democrat or Republican, no, none of them crackers give a fuck about you. Just the Democrats make you feel better on the outside. So I don't believe that it's spiritual warfare. We've been fucked up spiritually. And we don't even want to speak our own language. We want to learn Russian, French. So we want to learn everything but any African dialect. We don't even want to learn Swahili, which was a combination. So in me saying that, most of the things, this is what's funny, most of the things that we think are evil, those white folks are doing that shit behind doors because that's actually, in a lot of cases, African spirituality, and we are too afraid to really learn about our... Scott, you want to finish? All right. So what I'm saying is, I believe we call it everything but getting off our ass. I don't think it's spiritual. I think it's physical as fuck. You have to get off your ass and fight. You have to get off your ass, stop working for white people and create your own shit. Buy your own shit. It ain't that fucking spiritual. We want to make it esoteric so the pain won't hurt so fucking bad. It's as simple as this black water, buy that water and not that cracker water. That fucking simple. Let that cracker Jesus go and get you a black Jesus. Whether I believe in Jesus or not don't matter to me. At least get the black one. I'll give you an example. When and a lot of people don't know this. If I had to pick
I got the black one.
She said, I got the black one.
Praise the Lord.
Scott, do you believe that?
Nope.
What do she be saying, Scott?
Praise the Lord.
The black one.
You know, we like to spout these colloquialisms and different verses and things from different religious texts. And I don't think a lot of times we're listening to what we're saying. A lot of people say faith without works is dead. But we think that the work is concentrating so hard on having faith in Jesus. That's not the work. The work is what he said. Once God gives you the vision, you got to get up off your ass and bring that vision to reality. You got to bring it to fruition. So I think we like to pick and choose which parts and which Bible verses.
I can't.
Turning water into wine. See? Selective. But no, we have to do the work. Once God gives you the vision, it's up to you to do the work. He gave us everything we need. All the tools are inside us. We just got to put the fucking work in.
So with that, why do you feel like black people don't like to do the work or don't want to do the work?
I think the work ethic has been bred out of us. We've been taught that religion can be a funny thing. It takes all of your accountability away. Good things happen, Jesus did it. Bad things happen, the devil did it. Well, where's your black ass in the equation? We want to blame good and bad. When something good happens, they take it away from you and say God did. It's not me. I was talking to a brother the other day that owns a water company, and I congratulated him on all the hard work he did. And he said, it's not me, brother, it's God. And I said, but it is you. God gave you the vision, but you put the work in. But religion has a funny way, organized religion anyway, of taking the credit away from you, but laying all the blame on you at the same time. It's a big trap. So we have to take personal accountability and responsibility for everything we do.
My mom said being a visionary is a blessing and a curse. God has blessed you to see stuff that other people can't see, but you're cursed to sit in them alone. And hold on, and let me tell you, the only reason why I interrupted you is because in some African cultures, we stop each other because we love each other so much that I don't want you to say some shit that's not true. Stop. I'm trying to stop you so you won't look like a fucking idiot. No, I'm just saying that's what they say. I'm not saying that to you. But I was only saying that. I was only saying that because that is a flawed concept. That is the last thing that I think. we actually just did a podcast about our quirks, like the different quirks that we have. And the thing that we talked about is I love being quirky. I used to be embarrassed of it. I don't want to be like the rest of these motherfuckers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I wasn't being rude. I just really wanted to get your real question so we can get the answer.
No, I got you. We picked you to be here.
Right.
Your reason.
No, I was just fucking with
I
you.
got you, bro. But my point is, black people, everybody's sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to get to what you're trying to get to, how do you get them to not be sensitive?
Fuck their sensitivity. I don't have that kind of time.
You ever seen like on a football team, a lot of motherfuckers go out, then y'all get equipment hit, go through double session, that shit window the fuck down?
Right.
Same shit. Everybody ain't gonna be there when it's game time.
And this is a team effort, like,
Yo, could y'all keep it down a little bit? Y'all can keep it down a little bit.
we can't just leave everybody out. We know which ones is gonna be able to come and which ones can't. But how do we start the training process?
I think you do leave. You do leave weak motherfuckers. God does that. Let me see this. Oh, sorry. This is harsh, but I tell you the truth. Everybody talk about fucking religion. If you really want to see religion, go look at the jungle. It ain't fair. The rabbit don't do shit to nobody. The deer don't do shit. But a lion keep his foot, tongue, and dick off in a rabbit's asshole. The motherfucking butterfly don't do shit to nobody. The motherfucking frog eat the shit out that bitch. Some things are just science. If we want to be better, we weed weakness out. And people are used to, people like white supremacy, because what people don't really want to tell the truth about is white supremacy pays. That's the reason why black folks don't get nowhere, because we don't want to pay for shit. If you want these kids to be woke, show them success in being woke. Most woke motherfuckers are dead, in jail, on fucking crack, or broke as shit. I hate working out. But the reason why I stay in the gym with these motherfuckers, because I want these kids to be attracted to me, see me looking good. I don't make the real truth is, we don't get our real money from, and I'll tell y'all this. My last album, The God Box, I believe was one of the best albums in the fucking world, ever. But the thing was, I got mad at black people because they didn't buy it like they should have, but then God showed me this. Or God gave me the opportunity and I chose to look at it. Thank you, Scott. If I created the God Box because my people were not conscious, then am I not fucked up for being mad because they didn't buy it? If they were conscious, I wouldn't have made the motherfucker. It wouldn't have been necessary. So it may take 10, 20 years. That's why Bob Marley, think about this. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Who's the motherfucker that Andre 3000 played on the guitar?
Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix. Black folks didn't fuck with Jimi Hendrix.
Till he died. That's true.
Black folks didn't fuck with motherfucking Bob Marley like they fucking should have when he was alive. So in me saying that, we see that happens while we keep sitting around waiting for unconscious motherfuckers to become conscious. You gotta move. And if they don't move, they fucking die. I hate it. It feels bad. But what happened to the fucking bunny? But what I will say about our people, they have so much God in them. And you gotta think, we've been lied to so much. And in Mississippi, you can't sell those pre-sold tickets. You can't sell them motherfuckers in Mississippi. You wanna know why? Because it was so many motherfuckers scheming, acting like they was New Edition, and somebody with BG voice and the hot boys will be here tomorrow. So what we do, we don't show up until a motherfucker coming to the mall. We don't, in Jackson, Mississippi, as soon as I come on the plane, the motherfuckers that take the bags off, they calling everybody, he here, he here, he here, he here. Our black people have been misled so much, they shouldn't trust me or you. We should have to work to show them that it's real. So what it is you show black people success. That's one of the reasons why a lot of motherfuckers don't want to see me popular. Because if I'm popular, then you got to treat your people right. If I'm popular, you got to work out. If I'm popular, you got to give to your people and be fucking kind and be present for your people. Motherfuckers, when motherfuckers see me, I used to always want to stand like, bro, I love everybody. I try. Why motherfuckers don't fuck with me like they should? Because I'm hard work. What I told you about God, God is not what feels good. God is discipline. God is fasting. My dad always told me, what makes you a man or a woman is not what you say yes to, it's what you say no to. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I meant. And I come off a little bit harsh.
Just a little.
Huh?
Just a little.
Just a little. Only because we don't have fucking time. These motherfucking crackers are not fucking playing. It is scary what's going on.
Thank you for supporting the David Banner podcast. Please tune in next week for the second half of the podcast, live from Cleveland.